Hi, I'm Colleen Pearl the Cool Crone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be the May Tarotscope for the sign of Libra. So the first card up in the reading is the Two of Wands. And this card stands for attainment of goals, authority. It means that you probably have a very dominant personality and you are able to attain your goals possibly through your own will. It also speaks to prosperity. So that's a good start, Libra, to the beginning of your month of May. Now let's look at Temperance. In Temperance, in the Rider-Waite deck, Temperance talks about, taking a more moderate stance. This card has a very similar meaning. It just says moderation, patience, verification, but also that this card, Temperance, is bringing together spirit and matter. So if you can temper your extreme emotions and behavior and achieve the equanimity of the middle path, you can bring together spirit and matter. It also says that it allows you to master pairs of opposites by remembering your true divine nature. Very beautiful card. There's so much in this deck, and I'm trying to learn it as I'm giving it to you guys. It's just an amazing thing. So another thing that it says about Temperance is that it is a card talking about tempering things. You know, the way you temper steel when you plunge it into cold water after it's been heated and molded into its shape. So one of the things that it's saying is, how are you being tested? Are you trying to integrate things and finding it difficult? Are you willing to modify to achieve your goals? What theories or belief systems require verification? What fires you up? What gets you very passionate? And the passion refers back also to this Two of Wands. Wands are passion and fire. So there may be things that you haven't dealt with yet. You may be fighting against something with another person or another entity. And is that holding you back because it's happening in the mundane world? And is it distracting you from your spiritual purpose? Really interesting. And then we have Justice. Now, Libra, this is really your card, the Justice card. It really, it's you. Everything about it is you. It has your symbol on the corner of the card. So it's equilibrium, it's equity, it's justice, it's balance, it's being reasonable. So the equanimity that you gain or that you use as you're weighing issues will allow you to arrive at a fair decision or at a compromise. So I do think the cards are saying, yes, you're going to achieve this blend of matter and spirit. This is action geared towards balancing the life in your own life and bringing about right action. So when you're contemplating the Justice card, ask yourself, what are you comparing yourself to? What are you measuring? Are you being discriminating? Are you being fair to yourself and others? And is there a situation where you need to exert tough love or exercise tough love? Are you a victim? Are you feeling victimized? Are others around you feeling victimized? So all of this deals with your karma, and the Justice card and the Temperance card really do have a lot to do with your own karma. So Libra, you're looking at a karmic situation this month that you can resolve the karma, or you can just learn the lesson of, and maybe both, learn the lesson of what you're supposed to be doing right now in your life. When you're dealing with the Justice card, know that you are dealing with issues of your karma, and you should ask yourself, what are you measuring? Are you measuring yourself against others? Are you comparing yourself to others? Are you discriminating against others? Or are you being discriminated against? And is it possible that tough love might modify the situation? Is it possible that rather than running away from a confrontation, that you employ an actual confrontation in order to get at the truth? There needs to be something, some action taken to resolve the situation. And if you have been treated unfairly, then ask yourself, how has that taught me a lesson? So it's about karma. It's about learning lessons from your situation. It's something to contemplate, Libra. There is a lot of bird imagery in this card, so I would say that definitely your higher self is where you want to find the answers to this. This is where you want to consult your guides and angels, your higher being, your higher self, the universe. You want to consult higher spiritual forces in order to get at this, because we're dealing with your karma here. And if there's a chance that you can resolve some karma this month, that's wonderful. But even more importantly, you just want to get to the truth of the matter and to make sure that you yourself are acting fairly and being treated fairly. All right, let's move on to the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is a very similar meaning as it has in the Rider-Waite. Compromise, fortunate events, happy events, fulfillment, healing, getting together, sorority, sisterhood, you know, very, very nice events and good feelings, and people are very happy that are around you, and you are involved with the happiness. So the second week is a very happy week. It starts out on a very bright and happy note, and then we come to the High Priestess. The High Priestess in this deck is very similar to the Rider-Waite interpretation. There is something hidden behind the veil. There's a lot going on behind the surface. And I just want you to notice the symbology in this card. Again, we have two birds on either side of her, but she herself is a crystal. She's a crystal pillar. And she does have she represents the dark and the light there. One egg in one hand is light and the other hand has the dark egg. And all around her are imagery that just connotes space. It just looks like outer space. And it's really, what it really is crystals formed all around the bottom of her. Let's see if I can bring this up. There we go. Crystals all around, and stones, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stones, and all that crystal bed underneath her. And then if we move down in the card, you can see that in her hands are these eggs of light and dark. Around her head is a corona of light there. The moon is above her, and the two birds are on either side. So she has some amazing symbology in this card, and it still means a lot of the same thing. The big difference is the crystal imagery and the imagery that makes it look like she's floating in space. And for this, we're talking about the intuitive and subconscious qualities of the High Priestess, that you can bring forward out of your intuition and out of your subconscious many, many secrets and lessons. There's going to be a lot of subconscious influences in this second week. So even though you start out with a nice, probably celebration here, there's also going to be some symbolic references in that event, in that ceremony, that you're going to pick up on. And let's move on to the next card, which is the Ten of Wands. And I believe this one is quite a bit different than the Rider-Waite, but let's just check it out. Yeah, this is a little different than the Rider-Waite. In this one, it's saying excessive pressure due to success, overwork, problems near to resolution though, and you're striving to make it. You're striving to just make it all work. And I love the imagery of that big sunflower in the middle. It makes me think of Ukraine, but also all the little flowers in the bottom, the flowers of the garden that he's tending. Can we get his focus there? There we go. beautiful, beautiful assortment of flowers. He's working very hard, but you're working very hard because you have succeeded in the past. So what this is saying to me for this week, Libra, is that you have so much to work on. You have happiness, yes, and some enjoyment, but very much you're working. And I think the work that you're going to be doing is really your intuitive work. You're diving into the subconscious and trying to figure out what lays beneath, what's beneath the surface, what's going on. Not necessarily just secrets between people, because obviously these people are very trusting and love each other very much, so I'm not sure that they would even have secrets between them very much. I mean, everybody has a few secrets, right? But you are working very hard at working on your intuition and your subconscious, probably trying to open up your gifts in order to serve other people, and that may be the work that they're expecting from you. All right, for the third week, Libra, we have the Six of Pentacles. Oh, that's very different. We have the Six of Pentacles. You have a lot of major arcana going on this month, Libra. So it's going to be a very significant month. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not a major arcana. So you've got 4 major arcana going on. And let's take a look at these cards for the third week. And that is the Six of Pentacles. Oh, that's so different. Interesting. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So if we look at the picture here of the Six of Pentacles, it's a very different image than you see with the Rider-Waite decks, but it is actually a very similar message, which is generosity, giving to others, sharing what you have. And here we have the two, I think it's 2 women. One is giving something to the other. And one woman, they're really ambivalent about whether these are Native American women or women from other cultures or whatever. They're just dressed very, very differently from each other. And within that framework, that's about as much as I can tell you about who these women are. I can't really tell, is one like a priest or a noble person, is what you can't tell. So definitely sharing resources, giving away what you have to better others, to help others. And the woman in the stained glass window, isn't that an interesting picture? Now she looks more Native American, but not entirely. I mean, she could be Middle Eastern, she could be a high priestess or a saint or something. I don't know what's going on with that woman in the window, but it's very interesting the way she puts this symbology all together in these cards. It's just really, really interesting. Okay, so you start out with some generosity in the beginning of the week, and then we come to the Two of Cups, which usually means a union and respect. Oh yeah, very, very similar. So it's very similar meaning to the Rider-Waite. It is the beginning of a new relationship, just starting out on a relationship, being able to trust somebody and finding someone that you really share values with. And as you can see in the background, they're seeing themselves in the future as a married couple, but they're just starting out a new relationship. That's a really beautiful card. And Libra, I know you're a relationship person. I know you like to be in relationship. And so I think what this card is saying between generosity and the Two of Cups is that you're probably going to meet somebody who really, really attracts you and to whom you are really attracted. And that could be the beginning of a new relationship. And then we have the Emperor. And this is such an interesting card. I'm just going to hold it up here for a bit. Down, and I'm just going to check out. So for the meaning, they're just saying, you know, authority, discipline, power. This is the person with the self-control and the ability to succeed. His decisions are based on firm foundations, but he is a master of mind over matter. He oversees the empire's health, and he exercises parental discipline when needed. So look to your self as the emperor of your life and see where you need to exercise discipline. See where you need to organize your life a little better to help you think more clearly, and just see where you're steering your boat, the ship of your life, right? This represents to me that the person that you're going to be in a relationship with is somebody who is very confident, very sure of themselves. This card actually represents an Aries energy, so it could be Aries energy. And I'm filming this under the April full moon in Libra, which is an opposition between the sun in Aries and the moon in Libra. So that could be influencing the reading, but I think, Libra, if you are looking to get into a relationship, look for the people who are very strong and confident, because that's where you're probably going to find your partner. And the next card is the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is a beloved woman. She's adored. She's very caring. She's a friend. She's a mother. She's very compassionate, devoted, very fair, imaginative, intelligent, intuitive. She has psychic ability. She's very loving. She's actually very malleable, but she's also, because of that intuition, she is able to protect herself quite a bit. So this is not you, Libra, because it's going to be a water sign. So this is somebody who is maybe a mother figure in your life, maybe an aunt or a sister even, but it's somebody who really enjoys seeing you succeed and seeing you become happy. So this is a person, I think, that is going to be all for the relationship that you're starting, and somebody in whom you can confide, excuse me. And moving on, then we have, you do need somebody to confide in, because we have the Five of Wands after that, and then the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is another card of giving and help and helpfulness. Also, it brings somebody from your past back into your life. So with the Five of Wands, we see that there is some sort of a competition or a conflict. Yeah, there's stagnation in your progress. There's opposition, there's strife, there's a difficulty there. You can't quite get there. And this may be in relation to this new relationship, because it's right next to the card for the Two of Cups. So there could be a good start to this relationship, and then all of a sudden there is a holdup. There is, you know, he doesn't call, you don't see him, he breaks a date, whatever, or they break a date, they can't call. So there's something that holds it up and puts an obstacle in the path to the relationship going forward. But then we have the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is, you know, showing, just like with the Rider-Waite, happiness from the past. Harmony, nostalgia, and past work that is bringing you success now, but also relationships. So I think it's just a temporary blip for this relationship with the Five of Wands, but it worries you a great deal. And I think the reason it's showing up in your reading is because when this happens, you're going to feel like you're doing so much work. You're releasing karma. You're not going to have the same old relationship that you've had before. You're going to be you. You're going to step into your power. You're going to be the whole full you that you can be, Libra. You're going to be happy. You're not going to forego your female relationships for the sake of a relationship, etc., etc., etc. You get all this going on, you're talking to your good friend about it, and then boom, there's a big, you know, gap, and you don't know what happened. You don't know why this person isn't calling anymore. And then I think that gets resolved. And I think part of what you need to learn, Libra, in this is the moment of temperance. Trust, faith. Bring spirit and matter together. Don't be letting your energy just go all over the place as a result of other people's actions. Stay calm within yourself. Stay centered within yourself. And think back to the Justice card. Have you been victimized in the past? Could you be laying that on this new relationship at a very early stage when there's no reason to? So you do have to calmly address these things. You know, calm yourself and not let yourself get off on a tangent. So that's the tarot cards, Libra. Now let's do the oracle card. And the oracle card that I pulled for you, this is from the Mystic Sisters oracle card by Oracle Cards, excuse me, by Emily Balavet. And we have pulled Artemis. So let's get a peek at Artemis. What does Artemis look like? Artemis looks like this. Very confident, a hunter. She can go off on her own. She doesn't need anybody to protect her. Hunting, seeking, perfect aim. Oh, Libra. Does this just say all the right things for you? Artemis is the Roman goddess of the hunt, and she is on a mission. She has a clear purpose and the skills to achieve her objective. Artemis is intensely focused and determined. Through much self-discipline and education, she has developed not only perfect aim, but also all the patience and prowess to track her prey. She has unceasing ambition and an adventurous spirit which enable her to discover her passion. Drawing this card is a call to action to more enthusiastically pursue your goals and your dreams. If your dream has yet to be solidified in your mind, be more adventurous and try new paths. Artemis represents the expertise it takes to know when to watch and wait and when to strike. Interesting. And I would be careful about applying this too literally to your relationship, but I'm sure, Libra, that if you have been single, I'm sure that you have been hunting for a relationship. And I'm sure that you do have good aim. But remember that these karmic lessons are going on this month. So you do have to be fair. You have to be your Libran fairest fair self. You can't rush things. You can't push things. You can't manipulate people at all. You have to allow it all to come to you. And that takes a great deal of courage and confidence. So this was a really good reading for you, Libra. I know this is what you want to hear. Oh, you're going to have a relationship. I know this is what you've been waiting to hear. And leave me a comment down below. Let me know if these things are starting to pan out. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I will see you next time. Have a great month, Libra.